Okay, we're live, and
And now, thanks to the magic of live television, I'm going to show the whole world why for 7 years in ECW, I was the unscripted, uncensored, loose cannon of commentary.
all right, this is Joey Styles.
6 months ago, WWE called me. I didn't call this company because I was looking for a job. I didn't need a job. WWE called me because they had humiliated and fired again Jim Ross.
Oof. So yeah, this is part of it. You can go on. This is actually right on YouTube. This was Joey Styles doing his whole anti-sports entertainment thing at Raw, right before ECW split off into its own brand. And that was one of the few times in that era where they pulled the curtain back a little and let somebody speak like that. They didn't do that a lot, and the last time they really did it, well, everybody knows to call this the pipe bomb. So this was Joey Styles' version of that, and it was wonderful and perhaps appropriate today as we open the War Report, brought to you by TagMeADate.com, to play a clip of the now departed, not in the dead sense, he's still alive, thank God. But he's been released from his WWE contract. He was in charge of the .com, digital media department, all that stuff. Nice guy. Had his... Is this like the second or third time he's been let go from WWE now?
I think so.
Him and Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross are having a contest to see who can get fired and hired the most times. I think they're all about tied at this point.
It just sucks. I'm a big fan of Joey Styles. I feel bad for him. Not that he probably gives a shit, but...
No, but they just redid the website and everything, too. Like, they've done it a couple times over the years, but this last time it actually, like, really stuck. Like, it looks decent now. And they started doing a lot more online content, a lot more original online content, written stuff, and the articles are pretty good. So you can, as you read WWE.com, if there's an article you like, there is Joey Styles to thank because he shaped that whole department.
And he was the originator of the one-man commentary team, which was, I thought he did a fantastic job always.
That's the hardest thing to do ever, is one-man commentary.
You know, and since we're talking about social media, websites, and, you know, that kind of shit, I think we should really start off before we dive into Raw, SmackDown Live, and everything else.
Sure.
I think we should really dive right into what I consider to be piece of shit, Conor from UFC. And,
okay. See, I thought you were talking about that little kid that died of cancer. I was like, what happened? What did he do? Did he want somebody?
Brutal.
What is he? What did the kid do? Damn, that kid died of cancer like 2 years ago, man. Let it go. I thought you were holding some grudge from like 2 years ago. I'm an asshole. All right, continue.
Yeah. Well, no, that's just it. I wanted to see what you guys thought of this motherfucker talking all this shit.
He's trying to sell tickets to 202. It's real easy. He's calling out names.
Isn't a work, and we're gonna see him in a WWE ring.
I'm saying it's not, but it could be. That's my take on it. He knew he's a salesman. He knows the names that he has to call in order to get a response. He knew that the whole WWE UFC thing is still kind of a rivalry, if you want to call it that, and there's always fans that are questioning whether wrestlers are tougher than MMA fighters, or this guy's bigger than that guy, etc. So he knew how to get a response, and it's working. He's getting a lot of free promotion for this 202 fight against Nate Diaz. Spoiler alert: he's getting choked out again. That's my take on it. He wants to sell tickets to this fight, but he's selling tickets to a fight where he's ultimately going to get choked out again.
I think if it is a work, it's genius, because you're right. He's pressing the right buttons. He's getting the right reactions that he's trying to get, apparently.
Oh yeah,
I can understand the wrestlers' point of views too, as far as how they feel about their You know, I mean, shit, I'm not a wrestler, but I defend it as much as I possibly can because it, you know,
I think it's silly to say that somebody, regardless of their professional training, somebody that is an athlete that is generally in the area of 6 something. You know, most of the guys are over 6 foot tall. Most of the guys are over 250 pounds. That is 110 pounds or 105 pounds over the weight that Conor McGregor usually fights at. He usually fights at like a 145. So when you look at 145, you're looking at he's squaring up against guys that are Rey Mysterio size and Adrian Neville size and guys of that stature.
he
When
should
you
be the
go
killer
up
of the cruiserweight division.
he would be. Listen, and that's the whole deal with him and Nate Diaz. He went up to 170 pounds, and he tried to do the whole, oh, look at me, I'm going to punch you in the face. And it didn't work because the guys that are 35 pounds heavier are used to being hit by guys that are 35 pounds heavier. And even though he weighs 170 pounds in this fight now, he really doesn't have the power behind the strikes because he is a smaller frame guy. He has a shorter reach than Nate Diaz. He's shorter than Nate Diaz. He doesn't have the same jiu-jitsu as Nate Diaz. He has good striking, and as far as I'm concerned, the only way he's going to win this fight is if he found a way to put some power behind those punches, because he came out in the first round very, very strong. He put the hurt on Nate Diaz. Nate went for a couple of jiu-jitsu sweeps at the end of the round and kind of redeemed himself, and then he was just gassed. Conor, and that's the other thing, Conor got gassed. Second round, this is 5 minutes in, because the first round is over. So 5+ minutes in, and he's already gassed, and you've got guys like Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair that went and wrestled, fake wrestled for an hour. And well, guess what? They fake wrestled for an hour. You real wrestled for 8 minutes and got your ass kicked. So I mean, there's who's the genius and who's the dumbass there? Like you spend all this time and you got you put all this on the line, and you don't know that you're gonna win or you don't know. You have no idea if you're gonna win or lose, and you put your reputation on line for a fight like that. Like Ric Flair would talk about this as Conor McGregor would say, once a day and twice on Sundays. Ric Flair would talk about he was gonna kick somebody's ass and then lose, but he made more money than anybody else because it's all work here. If you talk all that kind of shit and you keep losing in the UFC, you just keep going down. So he's got to weigh it out. The whole promo thing is wonderful, and he's very articulate and it's catchy and all that, but then you have to look at the fighting side of it, man. And he's very, very good at a smaller weight, but as he goes up in weight class, that shit talk doesn't work because the guys that he faces are just fucking monsters. And look, okay, if we want to look at it this way, he's 145 pounds at a weigh-in. If he's 170 pounds to weigh in, let's say he comes in at 180, 185 after he rehydrates and everything. He's still smaller than Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler's not a big guy, but guess what? He was an amateur wrestler, and he would double-leg the fuck out of Conor McGregor and take him down before he could even get a shot in, because guess what? He's bigger than Conor McGregor, so he's got a better reach. So Dolph would just shoot for a double or single leg and take him down and then work from the mat. And I'm not saying that he's a great fighter, because he's not. He could probably get clipped and punched on the way down. But there are guys that you just don't want to fight. He shouldn't try and fight as a UFC guy, theoretically. Anybody in the Braun Strowman range, the Big Show range. Listen, you can say what you want, how he could probably get faster than him and take their back and try and choke him out. And yes, there are a lot of plausible situations where Conor McGregor at 145 pounds could beat the Big Show. But there's also a very plausible situation where the Big Show grabs him by the skull like this and then eats him for lunch. So he knows what he's doing. He's directing this language towards people he knows will respond. And if Vince McMahon, he knows as well, if Vince McMahon sees money in it, he'll take him on. There was a time where they were going to sign Chael Sonnen, who's probably the best talker in MMA aside from Conor McGregor. Now imagine Conor McGregor goes into this Nate Diaz fight and gets his turd pushed in. What's going to happen? He can't fight MMA anymore. He just lost 2 in a row to Nate Diaz, and he's got 2 belts that he needs to defend now. If he theoretically defends these belts after the loss, does he win again? Maybe. Does he lose? If he loses again, then he's lost 3 fights in a row. Jesus Christ, the cat just jumped up here. Wow. So what I'm saying is, he might know in the back of his mind this is a good backup plan, because Vince McMahon loves that pop culture stuff and he loves being culturally relevant. So if he has an opportunity to pick up Conor McGregor who's been on a 3-fight losing streak, let's say. He was on a 3-fight losing streak and somehow released from his contract by Dana White and the new UFC, who got, because Dana White just bought a goddamn boat because he just made $1 billion. But maybe they release him, maybe something happens, maybe he doesn't want to show up to another press conference, et cetera, and then, maybe he's got a second career in the WWE instead of the UFC. Who knows? But what do you guys think about just in general? Do you think he's just... He can't be serious, because if he was serious, he'd get his ass kicked. But.
You know what? I think it's kind of hard to tell, to be honest with you.
Because I know he likes to say things to get a reaction, but at the same time, he's a guy that's confident in his skills. So he probably does. Listen, I think there's a part of him that probably thinks, regardless of the size of the guy, he has a chance to beat up anybody. I mean, listen, he's Irish. That's the way we think. But he's got to think. At the end of the day, he's got to say, you know what? Maybe there's like a sliver of a chance here that I can get my ass kicked by this guy. Because it's not so much, you can run around him, and like even with a guy like Bray Wyatt's size, sure, you can try and get around him. But here's the thing. He's still bigger than you and has a bigger reach. If you try and shoot on him or anything like that, he's just bigger than you. He's going to catch you. So it's a strategy thing. And it would be a wonderful experiment to see him wrestle a guy that's 5 weight classes above him. I'd love to see it. They would never, no athletic commission would ever sanction it, but I would love to see somebody that's Mark Hunt or Brock Lesnar size take on a guy that's Conor McGregor size. I don't think it's going well for the smaller guy, but
Go to the Big Show Mayweather thing.
Yeah, that was worked really well, and then of course they gave him.
And I'm sorry, I don't care how good Mayweather is. Put him up, match him up against Big Show in real life. I'm sorry, Mayweather's not last. I'm sorry, it's not.
He probably wouldn't do very well again, if we're being honest.
I hated that whole thing, to be honest with you.
I enjoyed. The cat is chewing on me. I enjoyed the match. The match was actually probably the best celebrity match they've had, aside from Stephen Amell.
No, the best celebrity match of all time was Lawrence Taylor.
LT
did very well in that match.
With Salt and Pepper doing his entrance. And listen, he did, a shoulder tackle off the top rope. I mean, he did some shit. He did a couple body slams. Like, you could tell.
Some shit. I love the way you said it. He did some shit.
And they did put him... And the reason they put him with Bam Bam is because they knew they could trust Bam Bam with that task. Even though it shouldn't have been the main event, whatever. But that's neither here nor there.
So what were we? What's going to be the next topic, boys? Should we dive into Raw?
Rhode Island, neither a road nor an island. Discuss. But yeah, I guess
Coffee talk
with Linda Richmond. It's like butter. Yeah, we can get into Raw.
Well, actually, you know what? Maybe we should do SmackDown Live from last week first.
Oh right. Shit, I don't even know if I remember everything.
You know what? That was kind of my point. I felt it was kind of. It was okay, but I didn't think it was anything great.
Well, not just that, but it's also, it's 6 days ago. I don't remember that far ahead anymore.
Listen, don't feel bad. Well, first of all, I just had to take care of the cat situation because the cat kept nibbling on me as we were trying to do this.
Cat's out of the bag.
Right? But I don't feel bad because honest to God, I thought SummerSlam was on Sunday. I was like, it's been a while since we've had a pay-per-view, right? Probably Sunday.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of bizarre. I was like, what is he talking about?
Because I don't watch things live anymore. I don't know when anything airs. Ryan started talking about doing a live pay-per-view pre-show, and I'm like, why would he be talking about it if it's not the weekend that it's happening? So I was like, ready to go. Like, I don't know when any of this shit happens, man.
Well, then let's dive into Raw. Because I honestly thought Raw was a little slow this week also. It was,
I thought so too.
It wasn't as good as the 2 previous weeks. I mean, there were some great spots, some great moments, like Enzo, of course, is always a home run. His promo was great. I like Jericho with a KO. I kind of like them together. I think it's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, there were some good spots, you know.
I think that Jericho and Owens work really well together. And I don't know if it's a Canadian thing, and they
Like
both.
Canadian brothers.
Yeah, they kind of have that vibe, like, even though they might listen. I'm sure they knew each other somehow, but I feel like however long they've hung out backstage now, they've got a good thing, like a good rapport going.
I also liked how Owens was, in a way, planting seeds of trying to plant seeds of dissension between Enzo and Cass, with what he was saying about, or with what Jericho was saying about what happened with Owens and Zayn.
I liked that they're teasing, that kind of thing. I heard they kind of teased Devon being frustrated, or Bubba Ray being frustrated with Devon.
Yeah, they're
After
teasing
the loss.
they're teasing a deadly split.
And then they're also teasing Cesaro defecting to SmackDown.
Yes. But I'll tell you what, Cesaro once again looked great. I mean, all the way.
The guy's a star.
He's a huge star. I mean, he had 2 matches on Raw, and both were a home run, in my opinion.
And is it the I don't speak English fluently thing? I hope that's not it. I don't give a shit if this guy can't speak English.
He's got enough in-ring charisma that
exactly.
That doesn't matter.
Oh, and then of course there was the Rusev Lana Reigns wedding.
that cake, it looked like a scene out of Carrie afterwards.
I'll tell you what, Roman actually was pretty funny. I thought he did a great job actually, and I don't know. Rusev is a beast. Him and Lana was great. She took one for the team. She was covered in cake, which was great. And you kind of saw it coming. I mean,
as soon as you saw there was a cake in the ring.
Well, there were 3.
Oh, you know, that's the thing with wrestling. As soon as you see a cake or a trophy, you know that shit is getting fucked up.
Or a wedding.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Look who decided to join the party.
Well, I mean, hey, I have to make my grand entrance just a tad bit late for you gentlemen. I mean,
it's all right.
I mean, me being in Las Vegas, and that's only 4 o'clock here, So, I mean, keeping that in mind.
Wow.
So what are you gentlemen up to on this fine Tuesday evening?
We're talking about Monday Night Raw right now.
I fell asleep watching Raw. Was that a bad thing?
You're kind of on par with what we were saying. It wasn't the best Raw.
I waved my flag at them. I surrender. A rebel flag. I surrender. It was very boring. I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, is that flag not politically correct? I mean, anymore? Is that kind of thing?
I'm okay with it. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, do I need to play a tune? You know me. I instantly try to start heat with anything I do. I mean, anywhere I go.
Yo, oh my God, I know you probably don't want to talk about it, but you caught some heat on Facebook last week from some people. Oh my God, I was reading some comments on you. You relocated a show and some people lost their goddamn minds on the Facebook comments.
Oh yeah. I think I actually talked about this last week. I believe, did I not, Steve?
Because I didn't have.
This was a part of story time with Charlie last week.
I'm gonna have to go back. I was at the beach and I didn't have Wi-Fi or cable or nothing.
Yeah, but basically, you were getting drunk and you challenged me to a South versus North Rumble in the jungle. I mean, sometime in the near future. And I mean,
that might have happened. I might have been sitting at a bar facing the ocean, thinking about Ziggy's by the Sea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you go Ziggy's by the Sea October 29th, you'll be in an empty building because we'll all be across the street at the big college at the Swartz Community Center with 3,000 plus fans. But I mean, that's
the Swartz Community Center.
So, yes, but literally, I got some heat because some fucking guy who basically which has actually gotten better. He basically sponsored a show and he got about 30%, about 40% into paying for the show, and had a mental breakdown. Went on Facebook, called himself Jesus Christ Lord and Savior, and pretty much, got himself completely barred from doing anything, and people backed out of it. And then he came out of the mental institution 10 days later, thinking everything would be hunky dory, that you could do that kind of shit today. And he missed payments on his contract, and just like anything, if you pay for something and then you miss your payments, you default on the loan, and it's over with. And he defaulted, and no show, no nothing for him. He loses out. And the funny thing is he kind of contacted the sponsor that's sponsoring the event and tell him everything. And then when they went to look up his nonprofit, he actually lied to us about that. He never really have a nonprofit. He doesn't even have a nonprofit. He's actually had several complaints filed against him for not even having a nonprofit.
Oh dear.
And claiming he did. So pretty much to say he now is going to try to run a show against me on the same day to try to beat me. And
yeah.
We've all seen how that turned out usually for people.
I don't know. This guy, listen, I think he said he's Jesus. Maybe he can pull out some kind of a miracle. I don't know,
he better walk on fucking water, and he better fucking start fucking coming up with some miracles. He's trying to book Hulk Hogan, apparently. It's what the rumor on the meal
brother
is.
Hey, if he's got the money, God bless him.
God bless you, because we have Sting, we have Kurt Angle, we actually have a legitimate show. So yeah,
that's the thing.
Sting,
like, some guys will wrestle, some guys won't. For a fact when you book Hulk Hogan, he's not going to wrestle.
Yeah, and when I book Kurt Angle, I know he's not wrestling for our show because that was our deal, but he will be a Grandmaster ceremony, and who knows, somebody may get Olympic slammed.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
And yeah, being that our new commissioner Vince Russo, I would be fearing him.
Oh my God, the feud continues, huh?
No. Vince Russo is our new commissioner.
But I just think that's funny. Is he gonna come out? He should have like a Jim Cornette Invitational Championship or something.
Well, actually, you guys want to hear the real rib of the day, or the real story? It was at the NWA Legends event I was at this past weekend, where Cornette and me were there, and we were right beside each other the entire weekend.
Charlotte, right?
How did that go?
Cornette came up and hugged me.
Did he really? Isn't this the same guy that said you better watch out because you're going to get your ass kicked, and he came and hugged you? What did he?
Yeah, pretty much. Was it.
What did he say?
I walked up and was like, "Hey, Charlie." I said, "Hey, Jim." I said, "We fist fighting?" Or he just, come here. Gave me a hug.
Does he think it's all a work?
Yeah, pretty much.
This is wonderful.
And I guess I had to apologize for calling his wife, who had blue hair, a cum-sucking whore. I mean, I guess I had to apologize for that.
God, I'm so glad we're not on the regular radio. We'd be thrown off already.
Oh yeah, you've been thrown off the moment you invited me as a guest host on anything ever.
This is true.
That's like this. I mean, think about it. They're trying to fucking. They're telling me at Fox Radio, hey, if you want to ever take a weekend off now, you're more than welcome to. We'll handle that. I'm like, fuck you. You gave me a contract. Okay, I'll be there every week. I'll show up every week.
If you don't show up one week, we're just gonna put a bunch of bleeps in and send them this file as the show.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, whatever. I mean, who gives a fuck, Vince? I mean, really? I mean, this is what we do. Is we create controversy. But it's really hilarious, and it's actually very, very funny that we're actually in a position that I'm actually in the position that I've never been in before. I'm actually making money in wrestling. It's the most amazing thing when it's like you make money in wrestling. It's like, my God, we have the hottest pay-per-view high spots has ever done. We're continually weekly getting new buys. They're an amazement. I mean, it was the hottest show in Ziggy's.
Nice.
I mean, we totally set a bar, and I mean, and obviously we got Dreamer and Kincaid in a cage on October 29th, so should be very good.
That'll be good. That'll definitely.
Yeah,
be good.
it'll be a bloodbath. I mean,
So now you went to the convention. I heard, what was it? Bobby Eaton got lost.
Oh God, you guys want to know the real story on this?
Please,
I
please.
was there, ground zero. This was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. So Friday, okay. So all right, the deal is Bobby Eaton, and I will say this, is the nicest guy in the wrestling business.
Such
and
a nice guy.
This motherfucker would literally give you the shirt off his back. So, I talked to Bobby and at the show, hey baby, shakes hands, gives me a big old hug, and we talked for a good 5 minutes. Because I hadn't seen Bobby in probably 2 years. And he's just such a nice fucking guy. And we're sitting there and, everything's good and, God is great to him and, he's happy and him and Stan and Bobby and Jim do all these photo ops Friday. And the deal is usually he has a handler that comes with him. A guy named Brian, who's his roommate, and Brian is probably one of the dearest, most honest guys in the wrestling business. He's really not in the wrestling business. He's more just in the normal day of life, And he's probably helped save Bobby's life a couple times. So Brian, I guess the person that was booking Bobby and booked Stan in for the deal didn't want to pay for Brian's plane ticket, but everything was fine because Bobby was flying to Atlanta, was his connection into Charlotte, and he had somebody meet him in Atlanta the first time to connect to Charlotte, so he was on time. He got to his room. Everything was great. Well, all of a sudden, Friday comes, and Bobby goes to leave, and Bobby leaves Charlotte, and somewhere or another in Charlotte to Atlanta, Bobby Eaton disappears. Like, literally, no one knows where he is. And, so we're able to finally determine after many hours he did actually check into his flight in Charlotte. But at that point, we didn't know. So we had people we literally had people going to the Charlotte airport, going up to TSA saying, listen, Bobby may have, maybe had a, seizure, maybe, because, you guys know, a lot of you guys travel, a lot of these airports are huge. Yeah. And you could be sitting there in a fucking stool somewhere or sitting in a chair and just pass the fuck out, and no one's really gonna fuck with you. They're just thinking you're sleeping, and not and walk by you, So apparently he made it to Atlanta. I don't know what happened, but Bobby pretty much just kind of mailed it in and was just in Atlanta and just kind of hanging out at the airport for about 16 hours and didn't really know what was going on. And a good friend of ours went down to Atlanta. Drove up, talked to TSA. They scouted the airport. They found him, and they drove him home.
Wow.
I heard that he didn't have his phone on him.
He had lost his phone somewhere. We don't know what happened. He lost his phone somewhere in Charlotte, we believe.
Wow.
Yeah, so, Bobby, again, I think it's pretty much been determined now. If you book Bobby, you have to book his handler to go with him, which is more than fine.
Yeah.
I will tell anybody this. If you book Bobby Eaton to come in for an autograph signing, you will get your money's worth because that man will sign for hours. He will sign over. He will sign extra stuff for you. He'll do anything he can for you. Nicest guy in the wrestling business. I would book Bobby Eaton a minute if I had need for him.
Wow.
But, obviously, people get older and, head injuries and, everything that the world we live in today. Sometimes, physically, sometimes just, you sometimes just need a break from things. And maybe Bobby just had maybe a little meltdown or something and we don't really know. But again, if you're a booker, you cannot go wrong booking Bobby Eaton on anything.
No. And think about it. You got a guy like the Iron Sheik, who would be literally, like, I don't want to exaggerate too much, but if it weren't for Eric Sims, where would the Iron Sheik be?
Dead.
So, when you get older, you need that kind of person in your life to take care of you.
You need a handler. You need I need a handler right now. Sometimes I feel like keep me out of, and that's real. Keep me out of trouble. That's real. Keep me out of trouble. Yeah, I would.
You're gonna have a handler very soon because you're getting married.
A PR person.
I need a PR person. I need a handler. I need a fucking attorney at all times. I need to have
an advocate, perhaps.
Yes. And then I need an assistant for every one of them guys. Need an assistant, for the shit that I start. No, literally, shoot story. We go up my room, And and we're sitting there, and three of my guys walk in the room, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" And I got this big ass stun gun up there. They're like, "What is that for?" I was like, "Man, you don't never know, man. With me, man, some shit goes awry. I gotta have a stun gun at all times on me." And they're like, "Jesus
Oh
Christ."
my God.
Shit
Yeah,
gets
because
real.
I was literally planning on stunning Cornette if he came up to me the wrong way. I was just gonna zap his ass right there in the convention.
Oh,
And
come
drop
on.
his
At
ass.
least, if you're going to do that, you at least have to have somebody video that shit.
Oh, no, they were on point. I was like, when Cornette walks over here, grab your video camera because I'm gonna stun his ass. And they were like, holy fuck. And then Cornette, yeah, I mean, obviously, so it is what it is. Cornette obviously, had his issues or whatever, and I guess a lot of times when people talk that shit, I mean, I tell you what, if somebody called my wife a cum sucking whore, I think I'd fight.
You got to keep going back to that one, huh? We almost forgot about it. It had been a nice 15, 20
That's
minutes.
a great quote.
Boom.
I mean, good God, I mean, I just I told Vince Russo this Sunday, or I told Vince Russo this, I'm sorry, Wednesday when I was rolling in Charlotte on phone. I said, if he spits in my face like he did Farrar, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight.
If anybody ever, that's kind of a line for me, man. I
don't give a fuck if you call me a bitch, you talk shit about me. And
Yeah,
here's
whatever
the best one, guys. Here's the best one. You want me to give you guys an inside Iggy? Now, I wish somebody that's watching the show, I wish somebody would go on the Masters of Ring page and expose them. They're planning on have Cornette to do commentary over their show.
Masters of the Ring, huh?
Yeah, they're planning on having Jim Cornette do play-by-play commentary over their show they had and everything.
Because that's going to make the difference.
Right.
Yeah, that Cornette, first time in 20 years, Jim Cornette does commentary. Oh,
I wasn't going to buy it, but god damn it.
Well, goddamn, I mean, Cornette's doing commentary. I might want to consider it now at this point, I mean, you might want to consider buying it. I personally would.
Cornette's greatest moment was that fucking Dairy Queen video. Did you ever see that shit?
Yeah, fuck him. And he did love the Super Kick Jimmy Party, the Super Kick Jimmy Party posters that were there at the table being sold.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, and we do have the Kevin Owens now. The Kevin Owens just powerbombed my ass ones. So it's
Nice.
great. It's got Kevin Owens powerbombing him, and you can see the Titantron in the background, his face like this, like he's fitting to go through a table. Oh, it's great. Oh, the next one is the Colt Cabana big elbow to him. So that's the next one in the series. It definitely was a fun weekend for NWA Legends. We got a lot of footage that you guys will be seeing soon. Jimmy Valiant did a really good interview for us, which was pretty amazing. We also got a really, really good stuff from a couple other legends that were there. A lot of cool minutes that I got with a lot of guys, and some really cool stuff upcoming in the future.
Hell yeah! And we still have WrestleMania.
Yep.
And WrestleCon.
Yep, WrestleCon OSW debut in the United States we will be handling, which is gonna be pretty fucking amazing. So I mean, Gimmicktree's unfortunately, and I guess I can release this now. Because it's gonna get released in the next 3 days anyway, so I might as well release it now. I think the guys in Surges will be pretty hot about it. We are actually going to be doing live wrestling next year at Surges Live.
Road Wild. All right.
Well, it will be a bar. I won't give the name of it, but it's a very famous bar up there. They currently do midget wrestling during Surges, and we're actually going to be bringing the show up there live.
Bringing Oh wait, I can't call them grown-ups. Bringing real people. Nope, can't call them real people instead of midgets. Bringing regular size.
Regular size professional wrestling.
And listen, because I love my midget wrestling. That shit is awesome when it's good. Like, when you get two good midgets who know how to work a match, it's fucking great.
Yeah, or you just get ones that are just females and they just slutted around the ring for a few minutes. I mean, whatever. I mean, same difference. I mean,
Or
Like,
listen, how much does it cost for pudding to get two female midgets in a little kiddie pool filled with pudding? It can't cost that much, right? That's like
fuck.
that's at max
Fuck,
like a
that sound-
$200.
that sounds like my Saturday night fetish. I mean, fuck. Really?
Oh man,
Oh,
if you ever
jeez.
open a nightclub, I'm not coming. It's gonna be
Oh,
too
God.
weird.
Oh God. What? I mean, okay.
What are you-
Okay,
are
Vince.
you-
I'm not gonna do pudding. I'm not gonna do pudding because that would get pudding. I would get too expensive. I would just do mud.
Just do mud. Oh,
You're fetch shaming over there.
What is it?
I just figured it'd be a good treat for everybody after you were done.
I mean, I guess I could sell it afterwards in cups. I mean,
Oh, that's gross. Oh, people would buy it. Oh,
of
people would buy it.
course. All right. Enough craziness. I hostage the show too already enough. What do you got? What did you guys think of Raw and Roman Reigns beating up somebody?
He got cake everywhere.
I think Roman actually was one of the better segments we've had with him. I thought it was funny, and I thought he did all right. But what about the fact that Shelton Benjamin is not returning?
Yeah, that sucks.
Can't clear the health. They're very strict on that right now. Very strict on that right now.
Right?
I could give you guys a little exposure of that. I happen to be. I mean, I had to kayfabe this from you guys. I mean, it's out now. Obviously, Bill Atner shared it today. He will be hosting the panel with about the Ricky Steamboat Ric Flair rivalry that'll be airing in December on the network. So I got the privilege of going with him and acting like I was important for about 5 minutes and going up to Stanford. And I got to see a lot of inside stuff, and I will tell you they are very serious about. Because I got to see the NXT actual setup, how they have it, where they have it's amazing when you walk into certain rooms there, they have cameras that are pointed directly into Orlando, into training centers. It's not just, Hunter's office has them, people that are in production, that are in there, that are watching guys. And I know that physicals are very important to them guys now. You got to be able to clear certain medical things. Roderick Strong just cleared some today, so he'll be able to compete on NXT very soon.
Wow. Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, good shit. I mean, it's a very, I don't know, I think it's a very unique business we live in right now because it's a very, very serious about, WWE does not want to employ people that have a lot of medical issues.
Well, you can't blame them with all the shit they've been going through and all the lawsuits that are coming their way. I mean, they have to.
Ever since Benoit, it's been a shitstorm for them.
Well, I mean, let me ask you this. And I talked to some old timers this weekend, and let me ask you this: do you think that so you're not suing the Von Erich family, you're not suing the Crockett family, but you're going after Vince because Vince is the only game in town,
and Vince has all the money.
Vince has all the money. So you went around for 30 years and you gigged yourself and you fucked yourself all up. And half these guys that got the lawsuits were not even in WWE at the time or WWF at the time. They were fucking in Memphis. They were in here. They're there. But Vince bought the intellectual rights to a lot of these companies. So now, that's where they're like, well, we have to sue them. No, Vince. And a lot of this, what's going to save Vince's ass is everything that Vince has, like with the Crockett's and WCW, right? Vince did not buy the debts of WCW and the NWA. He never bought the debts. He bought the intellectual rights as it was, and he bought the library. That's all Vince bought. He did not buy anything else. So, and he's smart. So you're going to and now if they go after, let's say, the Crockett family or whatever, that company's bankrupt, so there's no money. So they're going to go after Vince. What half these fuckers are wanting to do is they're wanting to get a settlement, quick little $100,000 paid off, and be done. And probably, to be honest with you, Vince will probably end up breaking down and giving them a couple, everybody a couple $100,000 or something stupid, just to get rid of them. And that's exactly what will happen.
That's the explanation I've heard of it.
Yeah, I mean, here, take this money and go away. I mean, it's like if I could go into Caesar's Palace right now, walk down the fucking escalators, and there'd be a fucking there's a little puddle of water right there, and I slip and fall. Oh, my back! Oh. Or our famous quote from WrestleMania, my eye, that
I was
gimmick.
thinking more.
Yeah, and I could
Get your,
turn around. I
PP
could turn
money.
around and I could sue. I could sue some fucker, and of course I'm not gonna win $10 million for falling and hurting myself. But guess what? I can get $5,000 really quick settled out of court. I sign some papers. I don't talk about it, and I walk away. Yeah, you gotta remember, everybody that's suing Vince is an old carny. Motherfucker just looking for a payday. That's all it is. There is no current superstar on that roster being like, hey, I want a payday. I want to sue you, Vince. You're fucking, doing it. What do you guys think about Ryback being a free agent, the most sought-after free agent in the business right now?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck him, I could give a fuck less.
Nah.
I'll tell you
will
what,
not
though.
miss him.
I loved how he wished them well in their future endeavors. That
I was
kind
going
of
to
funny.
say that. That was funny.
kind of funny on his part.
Charlie, you're
I
more
realize,
likely to run into this guy now.
I've already contacted this guy, and this guy wants an insane amount of money for a show, but, I'm good.
That's a fucking
I just mean walking down the street in Las Vegas, you're just going to see him, like...
Oh, I got a better chance of seeing Dean Ambrose walking down the street on the strip on a Friday night, that's just, the better chance. But no,
How's he
no,
asking for more money, though? In the WWE, he wanted everybody to pay equally. If he's working an indie show, shouldn't that be the same?
Because nobody's paid equally in the indies.
I know.
Yeah.
That would be the line.
he wants...
Charlie, please record your phone conversation with him and go, you know what, man? I thought about it. I'm going to pay everybody on my show the same amount, so you can come in for $2,500.
I completely agree with what your stand in WWE.
He actually
I'm
doesn't
pay
want
everybody equally.
I mean, he was the one to do some stuff for $5. I mean, which is not.
That's not too bad.
It's not super bad, but the thing is okay, $5,000. Okay,
Is he worth the $5,000?
No. Because here's the thing: unless you got a sponsor who's going to flip the bill just to get their name out there with him,
yeah,
you're not going to make $5. Let's do the math. Okay, usually an autograph signing you get 2 hours in, right? You're going to have you charge. I was like, well, what do you charge? Oh, I charge $50 for my meet and greet.
Oh my God.
Fuck, $50. Jesus, no one's gonna pay that in the South. Even up north, you may not get that. I mean,
I'm not paying $50 to get an autograph and a picture from Ryback. Ain't happening.
No.
Some sick fuck will, but not the average.
Okay, so let's just say you get $30. Let's say you can find some you 20 it and you 30 it combo it, right? $30. Okay. All right, so I've got to do to make $1,000 off of it. I got to do 200 of those in that 2 hours.
Yeah, that's a pain.
I don't think you'd get 200 for him.
You're not going to get 200 people for him. You might get 50 to 100 maybe.
Right.
So let's just say I get 100 of them, so I get $3,000 back. Now I got to pay him $2,000 to work my show. To work my show, and there's no money there.
Right.
So I'm paying you $2,000 to work my show, and you're gonna go out there and have a 5 or 6 minute match, and
it wouldn't even be a long match.
He has to go over. He has to go over.
Oh, yeah.
He made it very clear. He has to go over whoever he works.
Oh wow.
So
okay.
so I'm gonna pay you all this money, bring you in so you can squash one of my guys. That's gonna be here next month when I run. But Ryback's the superstar.
He's not though. He's not. He's not.
Good.
Yeah. Yo, you should get him on the podcast and do a shoot.
Oh yeah, God. He'll probably only charge you guys. I don't know. What an hour? I don't know. It's a podcast. I don't know. Probably like $2,000. Fuck him.
Man, Sonny only charges like $10 a minute. I think she's more within our price range.
I will say about her though. This weekend, Oh, brother, I got a Charlie story about Sonny this weekend for you boys.
Yay!
We got 10 minutes. Go for it.
You got 10 minutes.
Okay, so, and this right here is actually defending her. I'm not. I swerved you,
Here we
motherfuckers.
go.
You guys thought I was going to give you a Sonny was sucking some cock story. No.
Oh dear.
So
I'm not interested anymore.
Well, actually, you should be interested. No, well.
I'm kidding.
So what
kidding.
So what happens is, so we're sitting there, and Sonny gets brought in by this promoter, and I won't say the name of the promoter for legal purposes, so I don't get you guys into trouble or myself into trouble. But whoever was actually booking her for the NWA show, Legends show, everybody can look up and see the name of it, and it can do their deal. So basically, the deal is, Sonny gets there, and she's supposed to do she's supposed to do Friday and Saturday signing, and then they're going to go to an indie show about 3 hours away and do Saturday night, and she flies home Sunday. Well, she gets there, and I mean, I don't know what number she did or what number she didn't do, but she basically, she didn't have a huge line throughout the weekend. It was a decently sized. I mean, I think I seen a couple dozen people here or there. And what happened is the fucking promoter was like, being all sleazy, being like, oh, well, hey, we're not making much money. Maybe I need to, if it's cool with you, maybe we can all just split a room on Saturday night.
Oh.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
That's not
I'm like, yeah, that's definitely not subtle. So, and, and she's like, no, definitely not. And he's like, well, we're just not making no money here, and I've got your money guaranteed. So the deal was, she said she wasn't getting paid until Sunday, until the show, till Sunday, till she left. That way, and she's done that to herself. I mean, she's burned enough bridges where people are really being like, look, motherfucker, you burn enough people, you'll leave and you keep my money, so I'm going to hold all my money until the end of the weekend and pay you. And that's the agreement you made. But here's the thing. I mean, and I've done that with guys that I know have had substance issues and that'll run off on you. Motherfucker, I'm not going to pay you until I'm not going to pay you until your match is done and everyone else got paid but you. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. You've done it to yourself. Yeah. So literally though, this scumbag was like, oh yeah, we're fucking. So it's supposed to be him and his wife taking her there. The wife leaves like midway through the convention, so now it's this guy, and they're supposed to ride together for 3 hours in the car after he'd made his subtle hint about a hotel room for Saturday night.
Christ.
So I made a comment. I was like, hey, one of my guys was heading that way. Would you want to ride with him? And this promoter pulls me to the side and talks about, I'm breaking the brother code.
Oh, my God.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so I said, well, I'm going to break my foot off in your ass code in about 2 seconds. You don't get the fuck out of my face. And he was like, all right, well, I'm just saying here, brother. You booked the females before. You know what time it is when you book them. I'm like, actually, no, I don't book with my dick. I book with my head. And so literally the guy tried. Luckily enough, I believe she was able to catch a ride with someone else, and she got her money, and she was happy. But I will say this much about Sonny: the most professional I've ever seen her in years.
Well, listen, not for nothing, but she's clean, so that helps.
That's legitimate clean. I will testify to the fact that I see people trying to give her drinks, and she was turning it down. And very good for her. You know what I mean? See, I swerved all you motherfuckers. You thought I was going to tell you a dirty Sonny story. I swerved you motherfuckers. See, I got to at least swerve you every once in a while. You know what I mean?
But at least it was definitely a good story.
Good story.
I'm glad to hear that.
Like Russo's taught me that. And by the way, here's another FYI. Vince Russo was so impressed with our product, he wants to come on our creative team from now on.
Wow.
So Vince Russo will be joining our creative team this year.
You have a final say on everything, right?
Oh yeah. I never give that pen to anybody like that. But creative deal is I would allow him to come in and work in a creative sense, as a writer and help with storylines and and lessen my role where I have to do on-camera shit, which I don't want to do anyway. Which is great because then I can just do what I want to do.
There you go.
Just sit back and collect money and go, mwah, mwah, mwah. Work for me, you slaves, you. Mwah, mwah.
There you go.
No, I mean, I learned that from Steve from Tag Me a Date. I mean, he taught me that. He said, abuse your employees. I mean, physically and mentally. I mean,
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
It's the way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely, it is. All right, boys, you guys enjoy Raw and enjoy Raw, SmackDown this week, whatever the fuck they got on TV tonight. I'm sure it's gonna be some boring ass shit in 10 minutes. I mean, everybody will fall asleep too. I mean, I'll probably just eat me another bag of cereal. If you guys know what I'm talking about by eating cereal, check out some previous podcasts where I've been on and I'm talking about eating cereal. You guys will figure that out.
Yeah, some special cereal.
Yeah, I got some really special cereal, and I'll see you. Is anybody doing anything for SummerSlam up your way, guys? Any at all? No? Yes? No?
We're gonna be ordering it, so you're more than welcome. Ordering it. I'll be having it on the network, but.
Oh well, okay. I didn't know if you guys were coming into the city because there's a thing that Bill Apner's doing, kind of like what you did last year, Steve, like right before SummerSlam.
Yeah.
It's like 2 blocks from Barclay. It's like some kind of wrestling deal or something. It's like at a bar or something. I don't know.
Huh.
We're gonna be there. I mean, because I'll be making the trip across the bridge to Brooklyn, so watching SummerSlam. So. Yeah. So if you
send us the information, I'll look into that.
Yeah. It's some kind of I don't know, some kind of gimmick where it's like I don't know, it's like a charity and they're raising money for something and they're letting us set up some free gimmick table. I don't know, some kind of bullshit. Yeah. Hey. I mean, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't care what it is. I mean, I'm already going to be there and I'll be walking across the street to Brooklyn to SummerSlam. So I mean, that's to me, I think that those are the. I mean. That's a tradition. As long as they keep doing it in Brooklyn, I'll never go back to SummerSlam in LA, but I will always go to the one in Brooklyn because it's fucking phenomenal. Getting in and out of there is phenomenal.
It's awesome.
Yep. All right, gentlemen, you guys have a great day. Wonderful day. Steve, try not to kill anybody in your home or on your team in the next 24 hours.
All right, I promise.
Promise me, Steve.
I promise.
It's going to be hard
to do. All right, brother. All right, guys. I hear you. All right, brothers. All right, later.
Bye now. Always entertaining.
Yes, he is.
That's great. He is. I looked up the list of the 51 people that are suing the WWE. And to paraphrase an old roast joke, I'm looking at this list, and I want someone to punch me in the face so I can see some stars. Everybody on this list is a fucking... Listen, I hate to say a nobody, because, I mean... Okay, listen. The big names, like Road Warrior Animal, the Superfly, Paul Orndorff, Chavo, both Chavo Jr. and Sr., but who gives a shit about Sr., Adam Bomb, Ahmed Johnson, he had a good run for like a year. Kamala, okay, kind of a name. Dave and Earl Hebner. Oh yeah, because remember all the times that Dave and Earl Hebner got concussions in WWE? Jesus. King Kong Bundy. Ken Patera, Sabu, Barry Darso, and Bill Eadie. So glad to know the Axe and the Smasher are involved. John Nord. Yeah, the Berserker. Johnny the Bull. Henry Godwin. Princess Victoria. Who the fuck is Princess Victoria?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing.
I don't know who that is.
Dame Judy Martin. The Terminator, Judy Martin. I thought she was dead. She was old in the 80s.
She was. What
the hell?
Johnny Kyle with the Glamour Girls.
Yeah, the Golden Girls there.
Yeah, more like the Golden Girls.
Man. Mark Jindrak, The Estate of Axel Rotten. Marty Jannetty, Heidenreich, The Warlord and the Barbarian. Both the Faces of Fear. All right. The Crippler.
Heidenreich was in the WWE for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What concussion did he get?
Apparently the one where he thought he was a big WWE superstar. Tracy Smothers.
I mean, there was the Henry Godwin thing where he broke his neck.
Yeah.
But
Listen, there's some people who have, like, I think, legitimate claims, but, like, King Kong Mosca and Jumpin' Jim Brunzell. What did Shane Douglas do during his 2 minutes and a cup of coffee? A cup of coffee in the big time. Ooh, yeah. What did he do in the WWE where he got a fucking concussion? He didn't do anything. He was the
Dean Douglas
Intercontinental
got an
Champion.
A.
Yeah, Dean Douglas was Intercontinental Champion for 36 seconds, and then somebody beat him. Like, who the fuck cares?
It's amazing.
So the whole list, if you look at it, it's 51 basically nobodies. I hate to lump certain people in there, Axe and Smash and the Road Warrior, etc. But you know what?
but there's no really big name.
They are willingly putting themselves on a list with Sylvain Grenier. So that's their choice, okay? That's on you. That's on your fucking conscience. Marty Jannetty and Sylvain Grenier are on your team. Think about that right now. Man.
All
What
right.
a good team to be on.
Hey, and listen, before we wrap up, I just want to throw this out. I know that Big Heck is listening, so shout
hey.
out Big Heck, and who knows? Maybe we'll get the return of Big Heck sometime in the very near future. So
That'd be cool.
tune it in, because you never know, and it's always a home run when Big Heck is on.
Big Heck, a.k.a. Big Poppy.
Big Papa Heck.
Big Papa Heck should come back. I'm glad he's listening, and then we need, even if for a couple minutes he drops in like Charlie does. It'd be nice to have Hector back. So definitely something to look forward to. We'll have to talk to him. Any final thoughts before we wrap up here?
Yeah, I am going to be tomorrow on the Josh Lopez podcast with Josh Lopez himself and Adam Daly. Should be awesome. I'll talk all about Tag Me a Date, about the War Report, Gimmick Tree, all that stuff.
Awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, what time is that going to be?
That is going to be 12 noon tomorrow.
Jesus.
And
What are you
yeah,
doing?
it should be
What are
awesome.
you doing at 12 noon? I mean, like, shouldn't you be working? Shouldn't he be working? What is the...
I happen to
I'd
have
be available 12 noon.
I happen to have a day off, and
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
so
Good timing, then. I was going to say, I hope you guys didn't take the day off to record a podcast. All right. Excellent.
it should be interesting.
Definitely. So, with all that being said, you should definitely check out tagmeadate.com. It's the first and only dating site specifically for wrestling fans. Make wrestling night your date night, and sign up now before we start charging money. That's the best pitch I can give. It's free now. It's going to cost money. You should sign up before we start charging money. You should also check out Northeast Wrestling. We had a show that was planned in Pomona, New York, a couple weeks ago. We got there, and it was some of the worst rain we've seen this summer. Massive downpours. We set the ring and the chairs up, and then we put a big tarp over the ring, but it was not to be. So, the end of the summer is going to be an unprecedented 4-day loop for Northeast Wrestling in New York and Connecticut. We are going Thursday through Sunday, one show a day, all 4 days. Go to northeastwrestling.com for details. I believe it's August 25th through the 28th, something like that. It's going to be insane. We've got Cody Rhodes coming in, Jushin Thunder Liger coming in, the Hardy Brothers are coming in, Kurt Angle's going to be there, Sami Callihan, list goes on and on. Of course, Warbeard, our champion, is going to be there, the best around, TK O'Ryan, the one and only sexy beast, Bull Dread, who we had a promotion going on with Bull Dread at the stadium in Pomona, and we will have to continue that because we weren't able to execute it. But you can go to Pomona, New York. I believe it is the Thursday night show. Go to northeastwrestling.com for details. You can meet and greet with the sexy beast Bull Dread, and you can sign up for Tag Me a Date, and women and attractive men can sign up. No, just women can sign up to win a date with Bull Dread. So if you are a woman and you are single and you have not signed up for Tag Me a Date, sign up for Tag Me a Date for an opportunity to win a date with Bull Dread. I have a feeling you're going to go get Italian food. That's just my hunch.
Sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah, so check that out, northeastwrestling.com, tagmeadate.com. We are here on the War Report every Tuesday night, live and in public, if you will, from 7 p.m. Eastern to 8, right before SmackDown. We are your appetizer to the main event. And you can go to youtube.com, go to the search bar, type in Tag Me a Date, all one word, Tag Me a Date, no spaces. You can find our channel, you can see our archive shows, our upcoming shows, our live shows, all that good stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you all next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, live on YouTube, The War Report.